Today, Precarious plays
Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I was worried for a time that you had found a way to deflect 90% of all information that I thought that you would have been absorbing as we played this game.
Oh.
Because there was something that you said and I thought, oh no, she isn't. All of that info just impacted on the surface. None of that penetrated.
Like what, I've been checked out the entire time we've been recording this?
Yeah, it's like I thought, like, oh my god, she checked out episode 5. And nothing else has stuck with her beyond, like, the first few characters that were introduced. Or no, not the characters. I'm not worried about that. The mechanics, right?
Yeah.
And I was pleasantly surprised because I sort of sheepishly went, hey.
Do you happen to know anything that we're doing right now?
I was a little more subtle than that. I would like to say. I would like to think.
I'll give you credit for that, but also to your credit, I don't think that if you were to just sit me down with this game at this point and just pass me the controller, I don't.
Like if I had to go make a sick, you probably couldn't just keep playing.
Probably
right?
not. Make a sick. Oh, like throw up? Like technical
Sure.
yawn? Okay.
Yeah, or I mean.
If you passed out at the helm, I would. I don't know. It would be awkward for a little bit, but I could figure it out. I don't know if I would do particularly well, but I understand, especially now because you almost have everybody's movesets, skills,
No,
job
they're the
lists.
feature complete.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you say that because that's not really true. I really feel like, on the one hand, Assassin really is pretty well hidden. It's like one of the only jobs where you have to have advanced jobs unlocked first, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to go deep in the trees.
Yeah, but we already
the
have,
woods.
we have like the Bun Bun Death Squad. I'm sure I could muddle through.
Right. And it's just, that all of the characters that I have, there's still so much room for improvement that really isn't. I don't even want to say that it's not vital. It's just, it's not important. It's really not. Because it's just like, okay, Undyne here, she has 2 summoning spells. She doesn't have Shiva or Carbuncle or I think Unicorn is in this one. I can't remember like the last one, like the one that deals the most damage and deals dark damage. Maybe it's like Maydeen? I can't remember. Whatever that is, she's missing a ton of summoning spells. And if I wanted to, I could really probably just make her another assassin, turn her into what would be the 4th assassin I have in mind. And in fact, like for the stat gains, a little bit of that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like once her MP gets to be high enough. I mean, it's the kind of situation where honestly, like I wanted to try something different because usually like I don't actually care because the abilities are so powerful. I don't care about the stats so much, you know?
Right.
I normally just take whoever and put them in whatever role.
Because as long as they learn the abilities, their stats, they matter, but they don't need, like, massaged.
Right, like this. Bad Breath. This is really, as far as I'm aware, stat point independent. It's all about the position and then just the die roll. Same thing with Last Breath. Either the enemy does not absorb dark damage, or they are not resistant to instant death, and you knock them out with it, or, you know, like they dodge it, you get some bad rolls, and then you don't have enough MP, and then the relative frailty of the Viera race catches up with you.
So later in the game, if you learn the right skills from the right jobs, then you're much less dependent on your stats.
Oh yeah.
Like by a lot.
But this time I was like, I'm gonna have the assassins start as like physical jobs, and I want them to be able to function outside of just punching people in the throat. Mm-hmm. And I thought, okay, I'll get like a couple of Viera that started as casters, so they'll have more MP, and I'll turn them into like some red mage summoner types, right? Mm-hmm. Red mage plus summoning, or red mage plus white magic, I think is one of the plans I have in mind. I've got a list. Mm-hmm. And the thing about that is that honestly, having all of them if they all started as mages, their base MP is so high, it might have been more advantageous. Because right now, Undyne, I'm pretty sure she can already use Last Breath 3 times.
Wow.
Without any special training, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's all she really needs. It's just like, does she have a pair of boots on so she can move far?
Yeah.
Do you want to completely cheese the game and just give her, shoot, what is that ability? Actually, I think I'm gonna 100%. Yeah, I am actually going to do this. Do you want to completely cheese the game and have all of your assassins have Sniper as their secondary set of skills? Mm-hmm. So that way they can turn invisible on the start of battle, and then you've basically guaranteed yourself 3 KOs. Because the enemy just won't, unless they have some huge area of effect spells, they won't be able to target those units at all, you know.
You ever find yourself in a situation when you play through a game for like the 5th time or something, a game you really like? Do you ever find yourself in a situation where winning is sort of a foregone conclusion and you're not interested in playing anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like video games that much. Don't really play them.
Like, what makes you replay a game?
The financial concerns, usually, if I'm being really honest.
Oh, like entertainment between getting a new game?
Okay. Let me think. That is definitely still the #1 reason why I have replayed games in my life.
Yeah.
It's because of financial concerns.
That was the video game for that summer or that spring break or that whatever. Exactly.
And that has mostly fallen by the wayside as I've gotten older. Mm-hmm. Now, the main reason why I replay most games, it's usually because I haven't played them in a long time. I would say that as a child, I can pretty much list every game that I played repeatedly.
Yeah.
In my life, you know?
Yeah.
The first game that I think I played over and over again, like I would beat it, clear the save file, or move on to a new one until they were all full. Mm-hmm. And then restart it that same day to play it again. The first game I think I ever really did that with was The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Game Boy Color. I had the Game Boy Color edition.
Yeah.
And I would wake up without this. I think you don't start with the sword, and I think they give you the shield right away. That's the first thing they give you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would just beat it, like, in a day, you know, like visiting my great-grandparents. I would play it all day, beat it. I would visit them again, like, the next day that summer, and do it again. You know?
Yeah.
It was like, from the beach to the windfish egg, every day for, like, a couple weeks. The next game I think I did that with was probably Banjo-Kazooie, maybe? But I don't know if that counts. What would always happen with Banjo-Kazooie, it was sort of like this repeating relay, right?
Right.
Because what would happen is I would get to a point where my skills were no longer sufficient. But I had already, like, gotten the jiggies and done all of the challenges. I was not yet old enough to direct myself with, like, self-directed quests, right?
Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah.
I was not old enough to just practice something for the sake of practicing it. So I would start a new file and play up to that point again, doing everything over and just subtly improving my skills as I went. So by the time I got back, incidentally, I would have gotten good enough. I would have gotten good.
To make, like, a little bit more progress. I think that there's only, like, one game that I've really, maybe two, that I've really ever played, like, over and over to a win condition.
Yeah.
That is, like, a computer or video game. I've played plenty of tabletop games a bunch of times. But Civilization 3 and Alpha Centauri.
Yeah.
I used to play those beginning to end all the time. I freaking loved those games.
Oh, wait, can you talk about it more tomorrow? Because I got lost in nostalgia, and this is running on a little long.
Okay. Nostalgia is a very windy place.
Whoa, good job, Trevor. That was so good.
Oh!
It was a counterattack. He got him on the backswing. It was so good.